If you also saw Bella Hadid's makeup in Cannes and thought, I have to do that makeup, you're afraid it might look too intense or you literally just don't know where to start, keep watching. I'm showing you exactly how to do this kind of glam. It's wearable, beginner friendly, and it's perfect for taking photos. First step, I'm going in with a blurring but also hydrating primer. This will ensure that the makeup sits really beautifully on top of my skin. As always, I am priming my brush with foundation first, then buffing it into the skin. As much as Bella is giving bronzed goddess supermodel, she is most definitely wearing a foundation with like decent coverage. I also prefer to use like a light to medium coverage foundation when I know I'm taking photos. It always just looks better. Concealing to lift and bring forward certain parts of the face. The thing I really love about this look is it's not overly brightened or carved out. Obviously it's sculpted, but it's soft and it looks really even in terms of the tones. Gently pushing the product into my skin and then very, very subtly dragging upward. That gorgeous sun-kissed glow, take a cream bronzer and add it to the forehead, temples, and then the tops of the cheekbones. This Tennille J1 in the shade Iced Latte. As you can see here, her contour is pretty prominent, especially in comparison to her bronzer. A lighter shade because I don't want to overpower the contour. Carving out my face following my bone structure. See how you can see the bronzer and the contour, but they also like mesh together? That is the goal, so take your time blending this out. Bella's makeup artist literally said, no blush, all bronze. I'm taking Glassy Cinnamon from House Labs, applying it to the tops of my cheekbones. Not so much for a blush, but more so to add another dimension of warmth, so we don't have just one tone of bronzer. First setting, doing my setting technique. Don't forget to dust the loose powder all over your face, since this is a pretty matte look. Okay, first step, we are carving the eye out using a cool toned taupe shade. It's from MAC and it's called Coquette, but any sort of like cool toned or even neutral toned taupe shade will work. You just want to add a little bit of definition. You're essentially contouring your eyes with some sort of warm brown shade or bronzer. I'm building up the pigment, focusing it as close as I can to my lash line, sweeping whatever is left over on my brush to my lower lash line. Then with a dark brown eyeshadow, I'm just kind of mapping out where I'm going to place my liner. So smudging this into my lash line so it gives even more dimension. The last step before we go in with any sort of black crayon or liner, I am stamping in the brown shade to my lower lash line, lining my upper and lower inner corner with some black eyeshadow. I like to start with eyeshadow and then go in with a crayon. I find that it just lasts way longer. You guys are always asking me how I get it so crispy, and I think it's that little trick plus this little brush. Adding black eyeshadow and creating that beautiful wing she has, tightlining my bottom and upper waterline, and also making sure to add some to my inner corner. I find I cannot do liquid liner if I use the applicator from the actual product. What I like to do is pick it up on the brush that I'm comfortable with, very, very gently and slowly stamping it along my lash line. With a really beautiful creamy white shade, I'm adding that to my brow bone. Bella and I have very different brows, so I'm just going to keep mine natural and simple by brushing them up with some clear brow gel. Some powdered bronzer. I'm using Laguna from NARS. Make sure to bring it onto the cheek. Lips are sleek and they're sharp. Going in with Cuckoo from Westman Atelier. Setting that. A little bit of concealer just to lighten up my lips so I can really, really lean into that like gorgeous 70s like nude she has going on. Adding a little bit of this nude Kevyn Aucoin lip gloss. Of course, I'm doing my signature highlighting placement right here. Bridge of the nose and the tip of the nose, and then a little on the brow bone. Black mascara. The wearable version of Miss Bella Hadid's red carpet look this year in Cannes. Love an edgy eye, so I'm obsessed with how this looks. Let me know when you try it.